Kate Dourian joins me now with the International Energy Agency. Kate, proper data, correct data, timely data, absolutely essential. How important has this been for you, and how more important is it getting?
Well, it is the building block of all the modelling that we do and the analysis, so it's really, really important. Over the years, we've worked to improve transparency, frequency of data collection, and at the moment what we're trying to do is get all the Jody partners together to sort of work together and improve data from certain areas, for example Africa, where there is a need to have more accurate data. There has been a lot of improvement in data from China, which is a very important energy consuming nation. So we are making progress. There's obviously a lot more to be done. And that's what the meeting today of the Jody Heads of Organization was about, is how we go about improving data, consolidating what we have already and making it timely and more accessible as well.
Now, when we look at who's using this data, we hear that some analysts, of course, are using it, academia. You tell me, where are you finding the demand for this data is coming from?
Well, the demand obviously comes from policymakers who have to analyze the data and do their balances and see which direction their energy sectors are going. And so it's really, really important that they have this accurate data, because without it, it's impossible to actually do any of the modeling work that needs to be done for these long-term analyses of, energy demand, supply stocks, which is very important. And I think if you look at the Jody website, it has improved a lot. It's become more interactive. It's got more information, and it has, you can create your own charts. We've added gas in the past few years, which is also very important. Obviously, the future growth is going to come more from gas than on oil. So that was a very important addition. We're looking at, transparency, coal data transparency, which is going to be available on the portal. There's been discussion about maybe including LNG supply data. So it's a work in progress, but we don't want to move too quickly, because we actually don't want to dilute the efforts that we've made, given the resources that we have. So it's very important that we consolidate what we have and move very slowly to see what gaps there are in data that is required in order to have a clearer picture of the energy landscape.
Now, of course, the International Energy Agency very much representing the OECD, the consumer base. But how important is it for you then to be very much part of the work here with the IEF, with OPEC, and indeed with all of the organizations that are contributing to this?
Well, I mean, Jody is one of the most important joint efforts that we undertake with OPEC and IEF and the other Jody partners. But we also work with them on oil markets. We have the symposium comparing outlooks, and it has helped to sort of bring us closer in many ways in how we look at the data, the types of data that are used, to try to bring the baselines closer to each other, which is helpful also to people who are trying to do modeling, because OPEC produces long-term forecasts, we produce our long-term outlooks, and so to try to bring some sort of convergence is important to the market at trying to analyze these different sets of data.
Okay, just quickly on the Ministerial, bringing all of these ministers together too. Of course, your executive director will be here, and there'll be great dialogue going on. I'm sure there's plenty of bilateral meetings. A huge initiative here for the Ministerial, bringing so many people together. And again, a great time to showcase the great work of IEA. Not that they miss it ever, but of course, an opportunity to really spend more time with them, do you think?
Yes, and I mean, for us, having this Ministerial in India is very important, because India is an association country now, but it's become an association, a member of the IEA. As you know, we have 30 members now, with Mexico being the latest. We have 7 association countries, and that's also helped because we have China, we have India, Singapore, Morocco, Indonesia and Thailand. And so having these countries as association countries improves our ability to collect data, to bring them into the sort of the expanded IEA family. So we're very happy that this is happening in India. And of course, our executive director is here alongside the OPEC Secretary General and the IEF Secretary General. And we have a trilateral work program on various levels, and this is the sort of, you know, the highlight is this ministerial in India.